Yeah, what have we here?
It's Ethan's. It wasn't working, so I'm fixing it.
Oh, how handy. Mr. Fix-It, the Montagan marvel.
Okay, well, at least I have a talent.
Oh, you have many talents. And you're applying them all around my daughter's house, right?
Well, I'm a guest here. Okay, and unlike you, at least Lily feels sorry for what the two of you did to me.
And you wasted no time taking advantage of her guilt.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a reason for being here other than to give me a hard time?
I want to see her. I was hoping that I didn't have to see you.
Well, Lily's not here. Okay, she went out.
Did she say where she was going?
Nope. Just said she needed some alone time.
Is she upset?
Of course she was. Come on, don't act like you didn't know about her business thing falling apart.
Well, of course I know. Lily tells me everything.
That's not what I meant. You knew before Lily found out, didn't you?
Oh, I get it. Craig got to you, and he gave you the poor me, I'm the victim speech.
So what if he has?
I almost feel sorry for Craig, but it's so like him, you know, always quick to point the finger when he's the one who's guilty.
Well, is he? Guilty, I mean.
Who else would try to sabotage my daughter's dream?
Now, that's a good question. But the better question is why?
Well, I mean, if you're bonding with your father, then why don't you get together and get him to answer that question for you?
No. I was asking you.
I have no knowledge of Craig's motives.
Well, what are your motives?
My motives? Oh, I'll tell you. My motive is to protect my family at all costs. Always.
Really? Because you have such an odd way of showing that.
You don't actually think that I had anything to do with the perfume factory scandal, do you?
Well, Craig makes a pretty convincing case against you.
I can make a very convincing case against him. Be careful, young man, what horse you back, particularly, and even if the horse is your father.
I gotta go return this to Ethan, but it was really, truly great talking to you, Miss Walsh. Told you, Lily's not here.
It's okay. I'm her mother. I have a right to be here, even more than you.
Suit yourself.
Look, I don't know what your father said to you or what charms he used on you, but the operative word is charm. Deception. Because your father is a master at manipulation.
Well, I'm wondering how much of that he learned from you.
And he's a liar. But then you know that already, don't you?
Well, I know that he doesn't trust you. Yeah.
He shouldn't. And you shouldn't trust him. You shouldn't. But you must have learned. No matter how much he says, he's changed, he's going to be a changed man. You already know from your experience that that is not possible.
Never say never.
Don't be naive, my friend. You came to town with a chip on your shoulder and hatred in your heart.
Okay, yeah, so what of
So
it?
hang on to the hatred. If you're smart, stay angry. And stay angry at the right person. And the right person is the guy that knocked up your mom and then disappeared without a second thought.
Gabriel?
Yeah?
Hi, I'm Lucy. I'm your sister.
I know who you are.
Oh, good. Can I come in?
Sure. I figured we'd cross paths sooner or later.
Well, actually, you're one of the reasons that I came to Oakdale. I wanted to meet you. And I wanted to give you this. It was your mother's.
Where'd you get this?
Oh, I've had that rosary for years. I first saw your mother with it when I was a little girl. I told her I thought it was pretty, so she gave it to me.
Really? Just like that?
Yeah, she was a very kind person.
Yeah, I know.
I told her I wasn't Catholic.
What'd she say?
She said that it didn't matter. God wouldn't mind if I held it while I prayed, no matter what religion I was.
Yeah, that sounds like my mom. And even though she was raised a Catholic, she had her own special ideas about God and what he wanted.
Well, she was a very special person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a good friend to a little girl who was having a rough time.
I'm glad you knew her. She was special, and she deserved better than she got.
I know that you have a lot of anger in you over what happened to her and the way she was treated.
Do you blame me?
No, I don't. You know, I used to hang around your mother when she was working. Back then, my parents were fighting all the time.
Really? About what?
Oh, I don't know. Pick a topic. So I would hang out with Lydia, and she would let me help her polish the silverware or dust the furniture. You know, kind of things that a little kid can't mess up.
I'm surprised that our father, let you anywhere near her.
Well, he didn't know. Neither did my mom. It was more of a secret friendship.
I guess my mom had a lot of secrets.
I'm sure that your mother thought she was doing the right thing by not telling you the truth. And if my father had known that you were his son, things would have been different.
Yeah, but we'll never know that now, will we? So what happened between you and my mom?
Well, one day she just disappeared. I never knew why. And I was too young to ask the right questions, so I figured she just moved away.
Yeah, she did, only it wasn't her choice.
People make mistakes, Gabriel. My mother, my aunt, my grandmother. I don't condone what they did, but my mother and my aunt are sorry. My grandmother, I'm not so sure.
She's not sorry, trust me.
But I did want you to know this. I'm proud to have a brother who is Lydia's son. I can see her in you.
Thanks. Thanks for this.
So, now that we've officially met, I hope that we'll stay in touch, right?
I hope so. I mean, we do live in the same town. But you're not sticking around, are you?
I don't think I can.
Come on, why not?
Well, there are some painful memories for me here that I thought I could correct, but now I know that I can't.
Well, learn to deal with it. That's what I'm trying to do.
It's complicated.
Some guy?
No, not some guy. The guy. But he doesn't love me, so it's a non-issue.
That's his loss.
I agree. But that's not the only problem for me here. Our father's in the middle of this huge battle with my grandmother, and I just can't get caught in the middle.
So step aside. You don't have to leave town to do that.
It isn't that easy. Grandmother is blaming our dad for everything that happened with Lily's company, and he's putting the blame right back on her. I don't know who to believe.
Believe our father.
Why do you say that?
Because I know the truth.
You do?
Craig didn't do it. Your grandmother's setting him up.
How do you know that?
Because I heard her admit it.